Hey guys, I'm Brenton Kelly. I'm a licensed security professional with ACOM Solutions. We're head officed in Adelaide, South Australia. So this video is about the Paradox wireless Duress system. This Duress system has local alarm capabilities and dial back to base capabilities for duress and panic situations. This video is going to go through the products and everything from receiving the products, getting them installed on your premise or on your site, and then testing it as well. So we hope you find this video informative. If you want to get in touch with us after watching this video, please by all means do so. Our website is a-com.com.au, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well in case you want updates on this product or others like it. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. So this video is about this Paradox wireless Duress system of ours. We're shipping these Australia-wide, self-install, and they're designed to meet the needs of those people who might work at a reception counter or maybe in a meeting room, or people who work with the public who may find themselves in a situation where they need some assistance, so a panic or a duress type situation. This solution is unique because it has the ability to make noise locally in the building or in the premises, but also to dial back to base should there be no one available on site to help you, or maybe you work alone or remotely. So in that case, the monitoring station will get involved and summon the police. So it's definitely for a fixed site, a fixed address. It's not for mobile workers or field-based workers. So we want to just go over the quick overview of why it's important you watch this video before you do too much. There's a few things to consider. This alarm panel here requires power, and it's plugged into 240 volt mains. The other products you can see here are wireless, but we do have a network connection as well, so that's Ethernet network or LAN, local area network, coming out here. That needs to be plugged into your network if you have one. We need to consider the wireless coverage of these products. So this is a wireless alarm panel. That's a wireless alert, AV alert, audio visual alert. This is a wireless panic or duress button, a few accessories that go with it. And this is a wireless key fob for arming and disarming. So the wireless coverage of this system is going to determine physically where the items are installed in relation to each other. So it's important that you come to terms with that and make a decision, an educated decision as to where you're going to physically locate things. So this is obviously located back a house typically, as is the siren, audio-visual alert, so that's obviously to let people know deeper into the organisation that they need to come out to the front to help. And of course the button itself is nearly always located out the front or worn on the person. So we have a range of accessories here which I'll go through in a moment. So let's just give you a quick overview of the system components, of which there is about 4. So we've got the main unit here, and it's got a keypad associated with it. We've got the audio visual alert, we've got the duress or the panic button, and we've got the key fob for arming and disarming. So let's go through each component in turn. Again, this is the main unit, this is the brain of the system, and I'll leave this to last, so I'll come back to this in a minute. So let's start with this panic button, wireless panic button. This is the primary reason why you bought this system, or you are considering buying this system. So it's a 2-second press on that button there, and when you press it, a little red light will come on. And I won't do that now, but it communicates wirelessly back to the main panel. There's a range of accessories that come with it, so you can put it on a lanyard around your neck, you can clip it to a wall, you can put it in the cradle, which goes around as a wrist strap like a watch. So and these components or accessories all come with our systems. So that's the panic button itself, and the remote. This here is used pretty much only to disarm the system. So when the system has gone into alarm, that is, someone's pressed the button, the panic button, the system will start making noise and letting you know, or dialing back to base. however it's been programmed, and you may need to switch the system off, that is, shut it up so it doesn't continue to make noise, and that's done with this remote. You don't need to arm this system, it's very simple, it's just an always on system, but if you want to shut it up early, beyond the 1 minute standard time, you hit the green button to disarm it. So that's the remote. It has a CR2032 mercury cell inside it, as does the remote itself. This is the audio-visual alert, and it's typically located back of house, and its purpose is to obviously let staff and management know that there's a situation out the front that they need to come and assist. So this product here, this audio-visual alert, is ideally mounted to a wall or to a ceiling or something like that. The reason being, it's got a tamper button inside it, and I'll open that, and you can see as I've opened it, the tamper button or switch has been triggered, and it's caused this item to go into alarm. Now, I've disconnected the siren. That is the siren. I've disconnected it because it makes a hell of a noise, of course. It has been treated to quieten it down a little bit for internal use in an office environment. So you can remove those treatments, or you can leave the siren unplugged if you just want a flashing light. So at the moment, we will just hit that button to disarm the system, and that should stop the light flashing on that. So obviously 3 C-sized cells to power that up, and I don't know if I need to tell you anything else about that, but it is a wireless device. Clearly it's communicating back to the panel here, and the panel's communicating with it. So there's an antenna here, you can see, which is associated with the alarm panel itself. There's another antenna here. This one's associated with the back to base side of things. So I guess we're moving on to this alarm panel here. I will open this so you can see what's inside. Remove that. And as I do that, you can hear and you can see that the alarm panel's gone into what's called a tamper mode, and that's because I've undone the screw and the tamper switch here has triggered. So I'll just quickly remove this door, and I will disarm the system just to shut that up. So you can see in here we've got the alarm panel itself, we've got a battery which powers the alarm, and this communicator. So this is the communicator, which has got 3 paths of communication back to the central station. It's got Ethernet, which is what that cable there is, and it's got 2 mobile carriers. So there's 2 SIM cards in there, in this case Optus and Telstra. And so it will use any one of those 3 paths to get a message through to the monitoring centre in the event of an alarm. It will use any path that's available to it, and it's highly unlikely to fail because you're not going to get all 3 paths failing all at the same time. You may have your Ethernet or your LAN go down. You may have a mobile carrier go down, but you won't have all 3 go down at once. So this is the communicator, and it's spitting out information through to the back to base alarm centre, monitoring station, so that they know to ring the police. So that is the main unit. It plugs into 240, as I said before. There's a power cord with a plug pack power supply. You can see it's got a keypad here, and the keypad is to disarm the system, and it's also used to set the clock. So this alarm panel every day dials back to base to send a test signal back to the monitoring centre to let it know that it's alive. And we need to set that clock. So when it's shipped to you, you'll find that the battery is disconnected here, and you'll need to reset the clock before you start using it. That's pretty much all you need the keypad for, is just to set the clock, but you can arm and disarm the system. Again, you don't really need to arm it, it will always work, but you may want to disarm it. The keypad is also providing us with a little bit of a beep or a noise alert in the event of an alarm. So if I just maybe step through the system operation side of things, you can just watch things happen as we do it. So we'll take the panic button, we'll push the button, the red light goes on. Immediately the keypad started to sound, and almost momentarily after that you can see that the external AV alert has gone into alarm. So again, remembering that the siren is disconnected, I'll quickly connect that. right, just to prove it's working. So I'll just keep that disconnected just for the purpose of this video. This will keep going, this noise, that siren will keep going for a minute, and then it would eventually cut out. If we want to stop it early, we have two choices. We can press the button as we did before on the remote, or we can use the keypad. If I type in the master code of 1234, that will shut the system up. So I can't show you in this video, maybe a different video, but this alarm dialer here has dialed back to base in the meantime whilst all this is happening and spat through its information regarding the system going to alarm. And if the monitoring station wasn't in test mode, like they are, they would start making phone calls to the police on your behalf, letting them know that there's a situation and letting them know where you are located, etc. Of course, it's all customizable in terms of what happens in the event of an alarm. You can have just the local people in the building helping you out initially. The alarm centre can make a phone call to the premise to make sure everything's okay. If it's not okay, they can then ring the police. All of those permutations are available to you. It's depending on how this equipment is programmed, but also on what instructions we give to the monitoring centre. So it's pretty simple to use, as you can see. I haven't armed the system again, but yeah, I'll push the button again and we get the same thing happening. So Duress buttons will always work on an alarm panel like this. They don't need to have the system armed like you would in a business or a home environment when you're leaving the home. So I hit the green button here, a couple of light flashes on there, and it disarms the system. So everything's wireless except for the main panel. Of course, it needs to be plugged into power and to the LAN. Now, if you don't have LAN, local area network, we can still just use the two mobile SIMs that are in there and just have it using the mobile networks. It doesn't require LAN, but LAN is just that third path of communication back to the central station. So you might as well have as many paths as you can have, in our opinion, so that you know that your alarms are going to go through and get actioned. So look, once you've gotten a handle on this and the sound, the audio sounds that are coming out of the keypad, out of the audiovisual alert, etc., you can then get a handle on, okay, well, where do I want to have this physically installed? This is very simple, 2 screws, and this equipment here is just screwed through its mounting board here back to the wall somewhere, placed on a reception desk or a back of house desk, wherever you deem fit. But alright, so just to wrap it up now, we've talked about the equipment itself, we've talked about installing it and why we need to do that. We've talked about the wireless coverage, and we just need to finish off with maintenance and testing for the system. We recommend that this system needs to be tested monthly to make sure it's in good working order for when you need it. I think that the process of testing the system is also helpful for other staff who might be on site, if that is indeed your situation, because they become aware of the system. There needs to be a general awareness that it's there, that it's working, and they also need to have understand their own processes internally if they are going to come to the rescue of the receptionist or someone who might be pushing the button. So we recommend that the batteries across 1, 2, 3 and 4 pieces of equipment need to be changed annually, and you can order those from us using our web store. There's obviously the 12 volt battery there, there's the 3 C-size cells, and there's the 2 CR2032 cells that are in these. The system can be upgraded. You can certainly have more remotes, more Duress buttons. You can also have more remotes. You can even have more of the AV alerts as well. So if you want to upgrade your system, by all means get in touch with us. So thanks for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it and found it informative. This is our Paradox wireless alarm Duress system, and if you want to know more information about this product or any of our other products, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. Use our website a-com.com.au and use the contact us page to find all the relevant details there, how to get in touch. So yeah, if you've got any queries regarding this product, any upgrades you may want to consider, or other questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. My name is Brenton Kelly, and we'll catch you next time.